Hey everybody, this is Aaron Prisby here with the Caits Institute. I just wanted to come here on YouTube and give you an update as to where it is we're headed, especially in light of what took place last year, I guess, in December when we had pulled some of our posts. A few people have been concerned, are we going to keep going? And the answer to that is absolutely yes, we're going to keep going. We haven't changed anything. We truly do believe in the statement of Thomas Jefferson that when government fears the people, there is freedom, and we do want to cause our local government to fear the people, and so we will continue with that. We've just changed our methodology a little bit. We're probably going to engage in a few less personal attacks because one of the things that we've discussed as a board was once we lose the moral high ground, once we engage in conduct which is personal in nature, we lose that moral high ground and we become the people we're trying to take down, and we're just not going to do that. A few house cleaning events. Just wanted to let everybody be aware that we got information on our grandma request. The amount of money that St. George City has extracted from citizens is $957,321.12 in fines, abatements, and I believe court costs. So just under $1 million, and we suspect that there's probably at least $1 million more that is currently owing, that people have their properties liened, so it's a pretty significant problem. The final house cleaning thing I wanted to cover here was the case that started this whole thing is going to be heard in front of Judge Filter on January 27 at 6 p.m. in council chambers. And I know John feels like he has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and so if you come down and support him, I know he would really appreciate that, because he feels like he has been fighting this fight on his own a lot, and he is certainly one of the named plaintiffs in the 1983 federal tort claim. So if you can come down on the 27th, that's a Monday, family night, bring the family, everybody come down there and show some support, and I think that would be really helpful for him. One of the things the board wanted to express was we wanted to go over a little bit what we've accomplished in the last 90 days or so since we've been up, but we couldn't do anything that we've done without you. Because truly, I will tell you, I've had conversations with Gary Esplin, Mayor MacArthur, with Chief Stratton, with the investigator for Brock Belknap, for Ryan Shum at the county attorney's office, and the only thing these people fear is people, the citizens. They fear the masses. They couldn't care less about me or Caits, a 7-member board of Caits Institute or anybody else. But once the press gets together and once the citizens start to band together and say, you know what, we're sick and tired of this nonsense that's been going on with code enforcement in your kangaroo court, and we want it to stop, nothing would happen without the support of you. We have 20,000 unique views to our Facebook page, over 40,000 views. That's way over 40,000. I don't know the exact number. We've had requests from 6 different cities to start institutes of chapters of Caits Institute in their cities, ranging from Riverside, California, to Michigan. So yeah, it's a kind of a grassroots organization, and it's we're picking up some steam. The main thing that we wanted to talk about and let you know kind of what it is we figured out. Chris came up with this phrase, and I like it. And he said, you know what it is we've done here is we've cracked the code. He goes, we have figured out how corrupt organizations operate. There are truly secret combinations that exist in corrupt organizations, whether they be governmental or otherwise. And we figured out how those combinations work. We have cracked the code. And so what it is we were able to do, this information that we picked up on, and I'm not going to tell you exactly everything it is that we figured it out, but it'll be coming out in the future when you see what it is that we're doing, because we are going to provide information in the future, because what our goal is to get rid of tyrannical servants. We think Mayor MacArthur was one, and we think there are many others. Most of them, you'll be surprised, are non-elected officials. They are career bureaucrats, and it's not just going after the career bureaucrats, but it is also, we want to go after the laws, and many of the courts have upheld some of these laws, and they are liberty destroying laws, and that's going to be our goal. And what we've been able to do is we kind of crack the code, so to speak, on what it is they've done. And that's how we found out about the 4th Amendment violation. That's how it is we found out about the 14th Amendment violations. People said, they couldn't possibly be violating the Constitution. This has been going on for a decade. How can you only be the only people who figured this out? Well, it's because we cracked the code. We figured out how it is they're doing it, because they don't announce it. I'll give you a little bit of insight. They don't announce it. It's like the embezzler. The embezzler doesn't keep a spreadsheet and says, this is the money I stole today. No, they haven't, they don't say, hey, we're going to violate the Fourth Amendment, we're going to violate the 14th Amendment, this is how we're going to do it. No, it's more insidious, it's more occult, it's hidden. And we figured it out. And that's how we figured it out, and that's how we got an admission from Jeff Cottom that they've searched property without a warrant, 20% of the time, unconstitutional searches. That's how it is we found out in this court that you have a total abrogation of the 14th Amendment. There is no adequate, procedural due process is adequate notice, a meaningful hearing in front of an unbiased tribunal. And they have the hat trick. There are no rules. There's no judge that's promulgated any notice. Paula Houston's, or whoever it is, has promulgated a notice that tucks away on page 3 that you might be entitled to a hearing. And there's no rules in place for the hearing, per se. Certainly none that have been promulgated by the judge. And they've ensured, via unwritten rule, that the court will be biased. For goodness sakes, the judge's clerk is Paula Houston's paralegal. It's the same person. And the rules say that you're going to have notice that's going to go to the code enforcement administrator that just happens to be Paula Houston's paralegal. The court's a farce. The 14th Amendment is basically been abrogated by the city of St. George. And so what it is we've uncovered is the manner in which they engage in corruption. And so the government officials who are tyrannical, the Gary Asplunds of the world, they need to fear the citizens, because we understand how the process works. In the upcoming months, we're going to take the information that we've been able to uncover and figure out how it works, and we're going to present that to the citizens of St. George. And we're going to be presenting a plan, so to speak, on how to remove tyrannical servants from office and how to remove these offending codes from the books. So that's what it is that we're going to be up to, and I can't stress enough how important it is. The people that we've had view the Facebook page and that have offered help financially and to volunteer, and we need to really keep that up, and I cannot tell you how appreciative I am for the people who post and say, hey, keep it up, we're behind you. A lot of people I've never met, and I appreciate it, and keep it coming. Thanks a lot.